Hey, good morning, it's Owen Bigland. This is the Inside Edge video blog. It's spring 2017, so it's time for my annual spring sellers marketing guide. Every year I do one of these blogs because we're just getting now into our busy spring season where we tend to see a few more listings, a surge in listings and activity. Right now, as I speak, spring 2017, we are still in an ultra hot sellers market. The sellers really these days are calling all the shots. It's tough to be a buyer right now. I kind of continue to shake my head at some of the articles that I'll see in the Globe and Mail or Vancouver Sun. You know, they're talking now about maybe putting in a foreign buyers tax in Toronto, and they'll talk about how successful that foreign buyers tax was in Vancouver and how it's really curbed and cooled the market down. I don't know what market they're talking about here, folks, other than the ultra luxury $5 and $10 million homes. The foreign buyers tax has had a zero effect now on the condo market, or even now starting on the starter level detached market. I'm just telling you the straight goods here. That foreign buyers tax, when it was first introduced, kind of put the brakes on everything. It was a wait and see thing for the first 3 or 4 months. Everyone was spooked. If there's going to be another tax coming down the line, what else are they going to do here? So it caused listings to drop immediately. Sales volume dropped immediately as well. Prices for condos, townhomes, anything under $1 million just treaded water for the remainder of the summer and well into the fall. Then, as I blogged about here before, end of February here, the market now is taken off again and it's on the way up. Condo prices now are setting all-time highs every week. New price benchmarks being set in pretty much any good condo downtown Vancouver, Mount Pleasant, Yaletown, you name it. So it's the only thing that the foreign buyers tax has had an effect on has been that luxury market. The $5 and $10 million homes, the prices are off on those, but who really cares about that? That market is such a small minority of buyers. The only thing people care about are condos and townhomes, stuff under $1 million or $1.2 million or $1.3 million. And in those situations, as I say, especially condos priced at $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, they're continuing to go up. So I'm not too sure when they talk about cooling the market, they always refer to sales volume. And that stat, as I've said before, doesn't mean much when you compare it to active listings. So sure, the sales volume is down because the listings are down. But any good listing that hits right now, if you're a buyer and you can attest to this, if you're looking for a one-bedroom condo in Vancouver for $600,000 or $650,000, you're getting into bidding wars on everything, and the prices are going way over asking price. So the foreign buyers tax, as I see it right now, as spring 2017, has had really no effect on the condo market, which is the vast majority of buyers. Now, what I wanted to talk about in this blog here, because it's springtime, if you're thinking about putting your home on the market and selling this spring, well, you're in a good position. As I say, there's probably 3 or 4 buyers for every listing out there. So I wanted to give you a few tips on how you want to handle this. And I've blogged about this many times over the years. First thing, hire a listing and marketing pro. I'm sure you've got your cousin Jerry or the guy from your beer league who's available to list your home, but you want to hire someone who has the experience, has a marketing program in place, works that neighborhood that you live in as an expert. You don't want to hire your cousin Jerry who works Coquitlam to sell your Vancouver or your Mount Pleasant home. The other thing is pricing. It's so critical to get the price right. And what I do these days, I'll give you an example from what I'm doing. You know, the market is trending up. The prices are going up for condos. So you want to be a little ahead of where you think the prices are going to be, but you don't want to price it out in no man's land, $50K above where you think you're going to be getting. The old premise is, we'll price it high and we can always reduce it later. That's not the way to go. It's better to price it at market or a little above it and anticipate where it's going. Because the best thing that can happen to you is you want to create a lot of interest in it, have realtors showing it, bringing clients through, and then on offer night having multiple offers. And that's where all the magic happens for sellers, when you can get 2, 3, 4, 5 parties interested in your home and bidding on your home. That's where you start to see the 50, 60, 100K over asking, which is what we're starting to see again. On a typical condo that's priced at $600 in Yaletown, those are selling now around $650, $660, I'm seeing all day long now. So you want to price it right to create as much interest as you can and hopefully get multiple offers on it. Let me tell you some things here right from the front lines, like I like to give people here. That's why I call it the inside edge. Recently, I had a sale, an older wood frame in Richmond, and this is how not to sell your home, and I've blogged about this many times before. They did everything wrong here. They sold this property, first off, they offered a $1,000 cooperating commission. So in other words, the listing realtor, if you were the buying side and you brought a buyer for this, instead of getting $6,000 or $7,000 in commission, which would be about normal, they were offering $1,000 in commission. Now, I can't speak for other realtors, but $1,000 isn't a lot of money when you're working with a buyer and driving them around, running gas, writing the offer, taking the subjects off, and everything else. The second thing is they took an accepted offer on this thing. They accepted an offer with 1 day on market. And it wasn't like they got over asking price. They actually sold this unit $11,000 under asking price on 1 day on market. Now, how do I know this was a mistake? The reason I want to tell you is because I ended up listing the exact same unit, just a little different location, but exact same floor plan, same finishings inside, everything, a week later. But here's how I did it. I priced it right. I like to list my listings now on a Monday or Tuesday, get it on the MLS, get it into the Real Estate Weekly for that week in print. I like to run a agent's open house on Thursday afternoons from 2 till 4, 2 to 4:30. Realtors can come by and take a sneak peek look at it. You're also welcome to bring by your clients as well. I then run an open house on Saturday and Sunday, 2 to 4. On Monday, I provide realtors with an opportunity to bring in a home inspector for their clients. So in other words, if they're going to write an offer, we're probably going to get multiple offers. That's what I'm hoping for and what I'm stimulating here. You don't want to have to write an offer without the inspection clause on there. No problem. Have your inspector run through the home or the condo on Monday. I'll give a 5 or 6 hour gap there of time that they can bring the inspector by. Do your home inspection before you write the offer. Offer night is Tuesday night. And on this particular sale, I ended up with 7 offers on the property. Make a long story short here, this property sold for $35,000 more than this one that I was just telling you about, which was the same unit that sold in 1 day. Now, I'm not posting this blog here to brag about how great I am with a marketer. Well, maybe I am, but really what the problem was here was that original seller and that realtor did things all wrong. Taking an offer on the first day, unless they're giving you way over asking price, I don't know why you would do that. You want to expose that property to as many people as possible. And in my opinion, you need at least 5 to 7 days to do that. And in that 5 to 7 days, you want to have at least 1 or preferably 2 open houses to let people get through and see that property. Because most buyers are going to be working with realtors. The realtors are going to be looking on the MLS pretty much every day. But hey, they might get busy, they might miss a day. They're closing on another property or they're busy. Here these people sold this thing with 1 day on market. You know, the guy missed it the first day, the next morning he logs in, sees the unit, calls them, we sold it already. So it's crazy to take an offer. You do not, in this market, in this seller's market, want to be looking at offers anything before 5 days. My rule of thumb is 7. I like to get agents open in and 2 other opens in and offer time for the inspector. The other thing is, with all my listings, I offer what's called a full cooperating commission. So when I list that property, I give my sellers the fees that I'm going to charge, and remember, those are not set in stone in British Columbia. A realtor can charge whatever they want for commission. I give them my fee schedule, but what I do with all my listings is I offer a handsome and a proper commission for a buying realtor to bring their buyer as an incentive. And this is why I go back to, and I blogged about it before, why it's such a mistake to concentrate on commissions as opposed to what you're going to net. It doesn't matter what the commissions are. The only thing that should matter to a seller is what at the end of the day, after commissions and expenses, is going to be transferred to my bank account, to my trust account. So if you pay me 10 or 20 or 30,000 in commission, as opposed to the guy that's going to charge you 5, what difference does it make if I'm going to get you $65,000 more for your home? You're still going to net far more than saving that $10,000 in commission. So these mistakes I see over and over and over on the MLS, and unfortunately the sellers aren't aware of it. They think, oh geez, we listed the house, hey, I got 95% of my ask or 98% of my asking and I sold it in a day or two. Good job. Whereas if they would have hired a pro, someone who knows how to market a home, knows the market, how to price it, how to stimulate interest, and hopefully get multiple offers for you, and offers a full cooperating commission as an incentive for other realtors to bring their clients through. That's what it's all about. Then the more offers you get, the higher the offers are going to get, and the more you're going to net in your pocket at the end of the day after commissions are paid. So if you're thinking about listing your home, I can't express. And the other final thing I'll say too, and I blogged about this before too, interview a couple of realtors for the job. Take the advice of Forbes magazine and Money Sense and most financial publications. When it comes time to list and sell probably your most expensive asset, don't leave it to your cousin Jerry's friend or your beer league buddy. Interview a couple of realtors for the job, and then you can determine who you think is going to do the best job for you based on their credentials. So, I would say in my business with me, probably 75% of the people call me have hired me for the job. The other 25%, I'm in competition.